Please welcome him. He's a writer and a poet and an educator. I like to think that he is a facilitator of people's dreams. He created we're going to talk about this a little later when we sit down and talk, but he created a program called CLI, which if you're a writer in this room, we'll talk more about that. Most importantly, he's a husband and a father. So, I mean, that's the future, y'all. Professor Sims. Hiram Sims.
I want to... Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Got this mic at Big Lots, man. That's good. This is my first time reading on the mic ever. This poem is called Attitude. I want to dedicate this poem to the Rosa Parks poetry section of every bookstore. And I call it Rosa Parks because it's always in the back, in the dark corner. This poem is called Attitude. When poetry is more important than French fries, then I will be an American. Yeah! When Wordsworth is worth more than Worthington Ford, then I will afford stars and stripes. When a Lorraine Hansberry playwright gets more play than a Sony PlayStation, I will be patriotic. When a Langston Hughes dream deferred is more significant than a Sony Dreamcast, then I will dream of casting my lot. When Amiri Baraka outsells Waka Flocka, then I will claim for this country. When the Dead Sea Scrolls of Saul Williams roll over the redundant rants of Wendy Williams or Wendell Williams, then I will pledge my allegiance. When the Vietnam cries of Yusef Kamanyaka are echoed as much as "You are not the father," then I will claim the USA. When Wanda Coleman's ostinato vamps get more vamped than skinny white vampires on the CW, then I will W on salutes. When the bones of John Keats are more valuable than the boniness of Miley Cyrus's flat pancake ass, then I will ascertain the notion of nationalism. When the American skinhead lullabies of Patricia Smith ring louder than a Smith & Wesson 12 gauge on Gage in Normandy, then I will formally be a loyalist. When Edgar Allan Poe beats Pepsi win, Phyllis Wheatley beats Wheaties win, V. Colley beats Sara Lee win, Sekou Sundiata beats Doritos win, Pablo Neruda beats Nabisco win, Walt Whitman beats Walt Disney win, Allen Ginsberg beats Geico win, Charles Bukowski beats Monica Lewinsky win, Emily Dickinson beats Dick and Kardashian, then I will put my hand over my heart. When poetry is more important than bullshit, then I will be an American.
So, by the way, if you were to use profanity...
Sorry, I actually asked her.
No, that's how you would use profanity. Because some people come up on the mic. No, he did ask me, and that was very respectful, but profanity is a special thing, right? You're a teacher, you're a writer.
Yes.
I have profanity in my pieces. Profanity is not the word "the." People. Some people use it as the word "the," like it's every other word, like "the" or "a" or like. That's not how you emphasize things. Be creative. Effing this and effing that doesn't make it better. It doesn't make your work better. Okay, that's all I want to say. But when you use it properly, it's right.
I just think, cursing it jars people, and I just think sometimes it's not good in certain settings, like classrooms or marriages. It's just, cursing, you should just really be like once a month.
Experience, though? You
once a month. I don't curse at my wife out loud. That's all I'm hearing. You know, gonna write it down. You know, but.
Okay, Professor Sims. So, CLI, Community Lit Initiative.
Yes.
.org?
CommunityLit.org.
CommunityLit.org.
Yes.
CommunityLit.org. So what happens, from my understanding, you sign up for this class, you do a 10-month course, whether that's writing or creative writing or poetry.
Yeah, fiction or poetry.
Fiction or poetry. At the end of this 10-month course, which is amazing because he has guest lectures every week. It's really great. It's like good for your soul, really. And then at the end, I was actually honored to come last year to the, author draft. All these small press authors from around the city come and listen to everybody's presentation. And at the end of it, they say they're interested and they publish your work.
Yeah. So every year we take 14 poets and 14 fiction writers, teach them creative writing for 10 months. And then at the end of the program, all the participants are guaranteed to publish a book with one of the LA small presses.
Which is amazing. Now what is, that in itself is incredible, but when I heard Professor Sims talk about why he started this program, why did you start this program? The idea of having it in schools and on the bookshelves. Tell us about why you're doing this.
Well, I think, one of the, it's trying to figure out where to start, but I hoard books. And that's something that, not a lot of people know about me, but like, I hoard books. I collect them. I don't give them away. If I see books on the ground, I'll pick them up. And it doesn't matter like what condition they're in. So I just that's a part of it. But I started the program because I published this book right here called Photoetry, Poetry, and Photography from South Central. And what happened was when the book came out, it was kind of motivated me to go to more open mics and read, in an attempt to get people to be familiar with the work. And so I started going to all these open mics, all over the city and all over the county, and then in other counties, reading and listening to other people. And what I noticed is that, there were people that were much better than me. And so after they get off the mic, and I was like, hey, where can I get your book? Do you have some books that you're selling? Where can I get one? Can I go on Amazon, whatever? And it was like, well, I don't have a book, because I don't know how to really hook up with those people, but you can hit me up on Black Planet, or holler at me on MySpace, or Facebook. And I was just like, no, you should have a book, man. This amazing literature that's coming out of you in all these different little mics. I feel like that is the type of writing that should be published and put in places like this. And so when I was shopping my book around, I met all of these small presses, usually at the LA Times Book Festival, all these book festivals. I meet Les Fig Press, Vagabond Press, all trying to pitch my book to them. And most of them were actually writers who started their own presses and got, successful in various ways. So I noticed that when I asked them, I was like, why aren't you publishing these people? They do have authors, but most of them are not good at all.
So what you're saying is that basically you're the middle. Wait, what did you just say?
Well, some of the authors that were on these presses, after reading some of these books, I was like, these are...
So you're kind of the guy who's the eyes for them.
Right.
Because they're able to get there.
Exactly. So CLI itself, the program is a bridge between presses and then the writers who are reading and performing in places like this.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Now, so you guys should definitely check that out. If you guys want your book published, do go get to the next level with that. I hear through the grapevine that a new opportunity has come into your life.
Yeah.
Can we share?
My wife is pregnant again.
Well, that one. Yes, that one.
New opportunity.
Yeah, that one. That's
go
what
bankrupt.
He's got a tribe going. No, I mean,
Yes,
he's got kids.
I have 3 kids.
He
This
got
is my
kids.
4th kid.
The 4th kid.
And they eat every day,
They
man.
eat that.
And every time I watch them eat, I'm like, yeah.
Right? It's not like they're
This
like.
is the 3rd time you ate today.
No, it's not like bears. Like they can eat and then not eat for months. But kids, they have to eat every day.
Yeah.
Like every meal. And snacks. And snacks.
Exactly.
That's what I'm learning.
But I just got hired as a full-time poetry professor
Oh, did you?
at the LA Film School.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, poetry and fiction, screenwriting, personal memoir, right? So they was talking. So just like I can get dental. I was like, I got like insurance. My health insurance has been Robitussin for the past 7 years. Like my health insurance is Walgreens. I'm like, let me get that Robitussin. So I'm excited.
So that's amazing. That's an amazing opportunity.
Yeah.
And all of this, the years of the hustle and the grind, and then creating CLI out of nothing. No one asked you to do that. That wasn't a deadline. That was something that you want. You write on your own. You publish your own book. 3 actually, right? You have 3 published books.
Yeah.
So you were already doing stuff for yourself, and then on top of that, the community work that you're doing because you just want to. And that's finally coming back to you in this job.
Yes, thank you. And I'll never forget when somebody, I don't think I see a book the way a lot of other people see it. I don't even think I see it the way a lot of some of my students see it. Some people see a book as like an opportunity. Like, if I publish a book, then I can get a house, then I can get a car, then I can, take care of somebody. But to me, I never forget this woman at Donahue Press. We were trying to publish this book, and she was like talking about, she showed us like 30 different fabrics that she could use to make this book, right? And she showed us 15 different kinds of paper and like 17 different kinds of cardboard that she could use for a hardcover book, right? And she showed us like the machine that they used to sew the spine together, right? And then she was like, yeah, your book is gonna cost like $90. And I was like, no, like nobody's gonna buy that book. And she was like, Mr. Sims, you're not making a book, you're creating an artifact. And I love that thought, that a book is, it's not an opportunity, it's an artifact, it's a chisel, it's an arrow. I first encountered that word in social studies, in the 6th grade, when these artifacts that people leave. So I believe a book is like, it's an artifact of your consciousness. It's a work of art. So when I come in a bookstore like this, I'm just looking at like the paper, the inlay, the sewing, the cover, like the artistry of making the books. And so and I feel like that's what's great about CLI. And the people who come in to talk about it, they make books, they design books, they make books by hand, they make books with presses, digital, offset printing, and we take a tour of printing presses and see like, this is how what you're trying to create is made. So I think that's the context in which I see it. Like we're making art with letters.
All right. Leave us another artifact on stage. Give us another.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Professor
No
Sims.
problem.
Congratulations.
I want to read this poem that I actually wrote for my CLI students while I was watching them do a writing exercise. So this poem is called I Live to See You Write. I live to see you write, exist in this very time to watch you carve life into dead wood with ballpoint chisels in cold or hot lyrical bakeries called classroom. I live to see you write, born to watch you cursing in cursive along the dark crease of paper, waiting and writing and waiting again for the great ideas to come in that only come on Monday nights for unexplainable reasons. I was born to watch you write, right this second, teaching you nothing while demanding everything be drawn from your reluctant fingertips, wet and thick, with talent pouring from your nail beds. I went to school to watch you write, buried 6 feet under Sally Mae soil, toiling for the breath I breathe in your iambic calligraphy. I lived 25 inches below the poverty line just to see you write, and look up searching for the predicate of your heartbreak, and look down, and look up, and look at me, thinking you're finished, and I say with my stare, ain't no way in hell you're finished, so keep writing. I work for money, I sing for pleasure, I walk for exercise, I study for knowledge, I dance for peace, but I live to see you writing your own history right here with me. Thank you.